While local, regional, and international military forces have liberated some areas of Syria and Iraq conquered by the so-called Islamic State, another important battle has been waged at the same time, a campaign to cut off the Islamic State's economic lifeline. How effective is this economic campaign? And will defeats on the battlefield deal a death blow to the Islamic State's bottom line?
The group's revenue is believed to be close to $2 billion in 2014, funding a war effort and providing services to the population in the territory it controls. Its revenues are derived from a number of sources: looting bank vaults, oil sales, taxation and extortion, and to a lesser extent, kidnapping for ransom and foreign donations. Unlike other terrorist groups, ISIS derives the majority of its income from the territory it controls, making traditional counter-terrorist financing tools, such as targeted sanctions, less effective. So the U.S. and its allies have to isolate the group from the international financial system so that it can't send, store, or receive funds. One way they're doing this is by cutting off banks and exchange houses in ISIS territory, or with possible ties to the group. At the same time, the Iraqi government stopped sending salaries to employees in ISIS-controlled territory in the summer of 2015, depriving the group of a significant source of tax revenue. Oil sales are conducted overwhelmingly in cash, through smugglers and middlemen, making it hard to trace and disrupt using financial tools.
But liberalized rules of engagement have enabled Allied forces to attack oil wells, large refineries, tanker trucks, as well as cash distribution centers. Military sources claim recent operations destroyed 30% of ISIS oil production capabilities and destroyed millions of dollars in cash. ISIS continues to sell some oil domestically and still has the Assad regime as a reliable customer.
Despite international interest in the role that private donors have played in supporting ISIS, the group probably derives less than 5% of its income from private donations. Individuals in wealthy Arab Gulf states are likely a major source of these donations. The largest Arab Gulf country, Saudi Arabia, has clamped down on ISIS supporters inside the kingdom, but some donors have found circuitous ways to fund the group, including through other Arab Gulf states like Qatar and Kuwait. Also, as long as some states in the region continue to allow the extremist ideology in schools, mosques, and media that radical groups feed off of, it'll continue to be a challenge to shut off funding for ISIS altogether.
In general, aggressive efforts have been made by coalition partners, the private financial sector, and the government of Iraq to wall ISIS off from the formal financial system. Nevertheless, the group has found ways to move money through access points just outside ISIS-controlled territory or through money exchange houses. These outlets can be used to gain access to hard currency in exchange or to make cross-border electronic transfers. They could even be used to finance attacks or fund affiliated groups in other countries. The bottom line on the Islamic State's bottom line? It does not have a sustainable economic model. None of its sources of income are renewable, and military and economic efforts are combining to choke off its funding and contribute to its ultimate defeat. Please visit the Washington Institute website for more information on efforts to cut off ISIS financing, as well as many other topics on U.S. Middle East policy.